Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Nick with Winter's Camp. I am here at Charles C Deam Wilderness at Hoosier National Forest. I'm going to go on a hike and find a spot to camp. So stick around, stay tuned, it's going to be an awesome adventure. This is spectacular out here. I mean, this only happens once a year. You just have to stop what you're doing and come out into the woods during autumn and just see the awesome warm colors that nature gives us, and it gives you such a warm feeling. Just gotta look around and appreciate it. It's awesome. There's a snake in front of me right now. It's pretty small. I'm not really sure what it is. Guess I'll just go around him. Cannot tell if it's a rattlesnake. I don't know. I have no idea what he is, but I'm just gonna try to go around him, I guess. Alright, so I ran into a couple people on the trail. They were coming up on me right when I saw that snake, and the guy confirmed it was a baby timber rattler, so I was kind of afraid that this was going to happen. You got to look in the sunny spots of the trail. That's where they're going to be out sunning themselves, and baby rattlers can be bad news because they sting a little bit more. Their venom is more potent. But anyway, it's kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. But I was glad I could warn the other hikers, because that snake was camouflaged pretty good, and if you would have stepped on him, he would have probably nailed the shit out of you, for sure. My anxiety level is up right now. I didn't come out here to expect to see rattlesnake. I hope this is the only one I see. Man, been out in the woods lots of times this year, and come down here, take a little break from the ordinary, and I see a freaking rattlesnake today. So I was paying attention. I'm looking at the warm spots on the trail to where they could be out getting some sun. Probably still too cold for them to be aggressive. I'm usually out when it's 75, 85, 90 degrees. But I just have to keep my eyes open and pay attention. We all know that texting and driving is dangerous, right? But what about texting and hiking? What do you think of that? Let me know in the comments, because I haven't been paying attention too much on the trails at home because I know them, but out here, first time, I don't know them. I find myself stumbling over roots, and there's some little bit of step downs and step ups and some down trees and stuff like that you gotta watch out for. So it's probably a good idea to pay attention on a trail that you've never been on. So it's probably not a good idea to be texting and hiking. Hey, finally made it. Found me a spot by the lake here. A little bit breezy, but it's not bad. I'm super hungry, so I'm gonna unpack my things and make me some dinner. Well, this is what I get to call home tonight. Just a pretty basic lean-to. And got it just right. Got it deflecting the wind coming out of the west. Sleeping bag I'm using is an old M1949. Probably a Korean War issued bag. The date on it said 1952. It has the water resistant cover on it, and it's a heavy bag. It probably weighs about 8 pounds. But the last time I used it, I felt really comfortable being in it, and it gives you like a good sense of security because you're wrapped up tight in it, and that canvas cover is pretty tough. So right now I got it opened up to get some of the loft back into it. So hopefully no spiders are crawling it later. Nothing like a good old-fashioned military sleeping bag. I love it. Man, I'll get me some coffee. If you guys haven't tried these yet, they're freaking awesome. I love them a lot. Wind's starting to come down a little bit. Hopefully on the way back tomorrow I can get out early. That way it's still cool outside and I'm not worrying about snakes and whatnot. I think my next canoe adventure is going to be on this Lake Monroe here. Coming out here and camping out here because I think the wife would like it. My buddy Matt would like it too. There are several places to camp, really. I'm pretty close to 2 other camping spots. They're spaced about 50 yards apart. Look at this lake, though. Fall's definitely here in the Hoosier State Forest. Beautiful colors. Get this steak on there because I'm starving. So I got me some steak in me now and it was good. Not really sure what time it is now. It's just turned 6 o'clock. It's kind of peaceful out here now. The wind has died down a little bit. Man, I tell you what, the first 2 hours of this drive was all nothing but freeway until I got to, oh, I don't even know where I was. As soon as I got off I want to say the name of the road was Beach Grove. Stayed on that for a while, but it was beautiful. It's just the trees, I didn't think that they would be ready. Didn't think the leaves would be changing down here already, but they are, and they're beautiful. And people are like, man, how could you sleep in that little shelter tonight and not worry about spiders and whatnot? Well, after almost stepping on a little baby rattlesnake today, spiders are wussies, and I'm not really afraid of spiders. I mean, my wife was wondering if a snake would slither up to my campsite tonight. I'm like, no, it gets too cold for them. They like to be out when it's 70s, 80s. I'm not worried about snakes at night, especially this time of year. It's supposed to get down to 40 tonight, but nah, I'm not afraid of spiders, that's for sure. I mean, when I warned those hikers about the snake, the guy kind of poked at it with a stick, and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, man, just go around it, man. I mean, if that thing stings you, it's game over, man. Once he lays into you, you're in the middle of a national forest, and it's not good if you're out in the middle of the woods and you get bit by a rattlesnake, and nothing good is going to come out of it, because it's going to take time for paramedics to extract you. There's no way for a helicopter to get through all the trees. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm hoping to get out here pretty early. That way it's still chilly. That way I won't have to worry about stepping on any more snakes. But definitely was the first time for me encountering a venomous snake. And like I said, I've been out in the woods all year this year. I've not seen one snake until today. But like anything this time of year, you know, they're gonna take advantage of warmer days this time of year, you know. And even kind of sketchy going down to the beachfront here, because it's nothing but rocks, and rocks are warm, and snakes are attracted to the warmth. So I was betting to see a snake down there on the rocks, but I didn't see any. And just one of the things where you got to be careful and be aware. But yeah, I should sleep good tonight knowing that it's going to be too cold for snakes. Hey, how'd y'all like that sunset? It's beautiful. Only downfall about tonight is the wind is really calm, and I'll probably hear every little scurry and scatter out there tonight when I'm trying to sleep. But oh well, you'll have that when you're in the woods, I guess. Two good sized logs on here now, and this is all I'm going to be burning really, is just these two big logs, because I'm saving the rest of my wood for in the morning so I can get some coffee. I'll be getting out of here pretty early, like I said earlier, because The cooler the better. It's supposed to get up in the 70s here tomorrow. Not towards later in the afternoon, but I don't want to have any more run-ins with snakes. So I'm just going to chill out here by the fire and enjoy this peaceful evening. Got some tea brewing. I'll probably drink some of that before I go to bed. But hope you guys are enjoying my YouTube channel. Try to make it as entertaining as possible without the same old, you know. It's hard to do, you know. I mean, I really should probably try to script it out a little more and talk about different things instead of bringing up the same things all the time, but I'm working on it. It's really just doing all this from the seat of my pants, you know. But hey, YouTube wants you to be you, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm being me right now. Well, got the fire going pretty good, so I think I'll sit by it for a while and call her a night. Heard some coyotes earlier and sound like they were getting rowdy across the lake over there, so I'm turning in for the night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, I had a pretty good night last night. Just heard some loons a little bit ago. And if you've ever been to Canada in the spring and summer, you know loons, they sound pretty cool, and they're out all night hooping and hollering and trying to call for each other. But last night I stayed pretty warm in that old military bag, that M1949 bag, and it's pretty heavy, and I stayed pretty comfortable. Would I backpack with it again? Nope. That was just a little test, you know, to see how it does out in the open, and not even sure what that was, but anyway, it's a big bag, you know. Being on the ground like I was draws a little bit of moisture. So all in all, it was a pretty good experience for me to be out here by myself and to be sleeping out underneath the stars. And it's going to take me a couple hours to get back to the truck, but I already got half my stuff packed up and I'm ready to get out of here. So I'll catch you guys on the trail. Still hearing those loons out there every now and then. Just heard one right as I just said that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I had a pretty good time. I'll definitely come back here maybe later in the fall when the snake activity is down a little bit, but you know what? It just means you got to pay attention though when you come out here. That's the only downside about being outdoors, is you have to deal with snakes, but I think I handled it pretty good. But I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, guys, and I'll get some good shots on the way back. So that was the first time I've ever done a solo tarp camp like that. Gotta admit though, it's pretty scary being out there out in the open like that. Never know when a wild dog, or I'm talking about coyotes and such, can run up on you in a pack. Then what do you do? At least in a tent, you got the extra barrier between you and the outside, and you might have enough time to reach for your sidearm or knife or whatever. Would I do that again? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's pretty cool though to be out there like that. I gotta do these trees here. Alright, there we go. Just pretty cool to be out there and watch the stars as you try to doze off. Anyway, a little bit overcast right now, which is good. Hopefully the sun won't come out for a while yet. Yeah, little steep right here, but I feel for my age that I'm in pretty good shape. I'll be 38 next month. Actually, in exactly a month I'll be 38. Been having issues with high blood pressure, but I think I got that under control after coming out here and hiking. I've been hiking for the past couple of weeks. Also been doing really good on my keto diet. Been upping my salt intake, and you're supposed to, when you're on keto, you're supposed to have a little bit more salt than you're used to. Me and the wife do keto. I wouldn't say religiously, but we've done it long enough to where we got our weight where we want it, and we're going to keep it that way. Y'all probably thinking, salt's bad for you. Well, it depends what doctor you go to, because your doctor is going to tell you everything's bad for you because he wants to keep his customers. So, if you don't know what keto is, check it out. It's a really good way to lose weight quick. And it's not bad for you. Do your research. My left hip was kind of bugging me a little bit ago. But now that I'm warmed up, it seems to be doing a little bit better. I think it's important to warm up and stretch and all that jazz before you go doing something strenuous, like going up this steep hill here. Hope you're enjoying the woods like I am, because it's great. It's all great. It's the home stretch now. Probably got another hour left of hiking. Saw a young lady all by herself. Had a camp back there. She was hammock camping. I told her to watch for snakes later, because once it starts to warm up, probably gonna come out again. She said the only thing she's seen so far is chipmunks and squirrels, but that's all I was seeing too. It's always good to get a word out, you never know. Maybe people just assume they won't see snakes, because I assumed that I wouldn't see one out here, but you just never know. That's it for me, guys. I'm gonna get on the road, about 3-hour drive from here, so give me time to unwind and relax. Hope you guys enjoy this episode of Winter's Camp, and stay tuned for more adventures from me.